Hey everybody, we're back and loving it. Hey, Dracula, dead and loving it. A Mel Brooks film. Here you go, randomizer. Tainted. That's just regular Lilith to Mega Satan. That's not tainted Lilith. This is regular Lilith. We just won as the keeper, which was kind of impressive. That was a fun time. Had a good. I mean, absolutely had a great time. Hoping that we get a similar amount of luck on this one. Or the ability to make our own luck would also be fine. It is still Monday, so if you're wondering where the anecdotes are going to come from, good luck. I do have to share, so I've been making a lot of soup. My wife in particular, she's been eating a lot of soup. I've been talking about soup, but I kind of got souped out. I almost, I put my foot down, man. Kate was like, what do you want to do for dinner tonight? And I was like, I don't know, what do you want to do? And she was like, well, we got some soup in the fridge. And I was like, I had it. I didn't say it like that, but I was like, I'm not sure that psychologically I can weather another bowl of soup. So she ended up having some soup in the fridge. It was good soup, okay? She's not eating gruel. I didn't leave my wife to eat gruel, and I had like a 5-star, feast or something like that. She had some soup, and then I went to Subway, okay? So if anything, she probably ate better food than I did. But I feel obligated as a husband, particularly in this time when I'm something of, I don't know, like a husband, but also kind of like a caretaker. Like I'm in charge of her meals while she is not necessarily well enough to, go out and grocery shop and cook for herself. So she's been eating a lot of the delicious soups, don't get me wrong, French onion, cream of mushroom, but I'm like, she's got to get some more like vitamin and mineral content. So I made like a beef stew yesterday. Beef, potatoes, onions, some tomatoes, some fresh carrots and stuff like that. I think I might run it back tonight. I've been messing with the soup game, man. I mean, I've been known in the soup game for quite some time. When I started cooking in college, soups are one of those things that it's a great meal for all ages. Well, no, technically not true, because you wouldn't feed your soup to a baby unless you're gonna spoon feed it to him, which is fair, I guess. But once you're not a baby, and once you can handle, eating your own meals, like feeding yourself, soup becomes a great meal. It's as cheap or as expensive as you want it to be, but largely very cheap, if you just want to make a vegetable soup, a couple of potatoes, few carrots, a little bit of celery and onion. You can buy some, broth or stock pretty quick. I mean, now that I think about it, you could probably just get like Campbell's, chicken noodle soup for like 90 cents a can or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm living in the 1940s here when I say that, but either way, it's delicious. It tends to be nutritious, but you can go a little all out if you want to. It's very easy to batch cook. The only problem is it's one of those foods. I'm a psycho. I'll eat any food cold. Even then, I'm not gonna eat like a cold soup. Come on. I mean, like a gazpacho or a vichyssoise, sure. I'll eat a soup that's designed to be eaten cold. And maybe you could even convince me to have like, hey chat, what's that radish soup called? That Korean radish soup? That's kind of orange. You know what I'm talking about? It is called Korean radish soup with pork. No. Sogogi muguk. No, it is not sogogi muguk. It's like a Korean cold soup. Not naengmyeon. Why is this so hard? I'm losing it, man. I should know this. Korean spicy cold soup. Not naengmyeon. I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. You think I don't know what naengmyeon is? The soup is a little dongshimi. Yeah, it came to me. Anyway, not dongshim. It's dongchimi, I think. Something chimi. Anyway, because dongshim is when someone makes their fingers into the shape of a toy gun and then tries to put them through your pants up into your butthole. It's you can ask like anybody this been to Japan or Korea. I have no idea why it is like a game that people play there. The first time, you know, somebody dongshims you, it feels like a violation. After that, you just get annoyed. You know, you're just like, please, can you not? Like, for both of our sakes here. Anyway. It's like a little prank they play, you know, sometimes when you turn around. Over here, we just, like, you know, throw tomatoes or some... I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I could eat some dongshimi, but I just... for the most part, you're not going to eat a soup cold. It's if it was originally served hot. Because it gets, like, it's discombobulated. It's no longer, like, unified. You know what? I'm going to take this because I actually think having walked into the deal with the devil without paying attention, we need to get deals with the angel for the future. So this seems very sensible to me. But it doesn't even work in repentance, right? Is that correct, or am I a mistake? I don't know. Anyway, take me to the curse room. Hey. Take me to the curse room. We'll teleport out to the secret room, and then we're good to go. Soup, man. I love it. What I was going to say, the whole thing that kickstarted this is, you know, I've been going through the soup meta. Sometimes I've been having, like, some bread with the soup. Sometimes I've been having some crackers to crumble over the soup. I went mad decadent last night. I said, you know what? We're trying to make sure my wife's getting in, you know, at least like 1,500 calories a day, so she's got the fuel necessary to get a little bit better. I said, let's toast some bread, you know, got some nice buns, and let's crumble some crackers over top of it. I went all in, man. If you're gonna eat soup for this long, you might as well, you know, live a little lavish, I guess. Spawns a set of spikes in the devil room. It's just a waste of everybody's time? Is that, like, you think that's cool? An item that's just a waste of everybody's time? I would really love there to be a key in here. I've got nobody to blame but myself. You know, I did use a bomb to open a golden chest. That was about 40 rooms ago. I thought maybe we'd be okay, but obviously I was mistaken on that subject. I apologize to my fans and viewers for letting them down. Never knowing what's in that item room until we spawn next to a planetarium as soon as I press the spacebar. Okay, you gotta admit though, that would have been sick. Oh well. Anyway, so nothing going on. I'll probably talk a little bit about the soup I'm gonna make. I don't know what kind of soup I'm gonna make. 'Cause I'm kind of tapped out, you know, like. Not after one beef stew. I could be a little bit more, you know, a little bit more inventive than that. But I wanted to have like a high iron quantity, which normally means beef is like an easy answer there. You could also like kale or something like that. You could fit kale maybe in like an Italian wedding soup or something like that. But I don't know, like there was one summer where I worked at a place that had a cafeteria. You had to buy the meals, but like it was all on the up and up, okay? I didn't work for Google back then. I know what you're thinking, because Google would have paid for the meals. It would have been sick. I didn't have the chops though, okay? But anyway, they had like, they sold food like really close to its wholesale cost. And I remember being like, yo, dude, I can get Italian wedding soup here for the price of like a simple tomato. So I was eating like, you know, $1.65 Italian wedding soup like every single day for lunch. Couldn't have been good for me. You know, you think it's maybe not so bad for you because it's soup, but it's like a meatball soup that's heavily salted, obviously. I just got so sick of those little meatballs, man. I haven't had an Italian wedding soup since then, but it's also, you know, I don't know if I would take it. If I mean, just give me some bone broth or something, man. You know what's an underrated soup? And I'm not just saying this because it features heavily in the Soup Nazi episode of Seinfeld, but Mulligatawny legit is an underrated soup. Now, you might have it confused with minestrone. Very common at Italian restaurants to have a minestrone soup. I'm not anti-minestrone, but here's what I'll say. Minestrone would be lucky if Mulligatawny let it carry its backpack to school. You know? Like, Mulligatawny it's got texture. It's got spice. You can throw some weird stuff in it. Then when people are like, whoa, what's that interesting flavor? You're like, guess what? My mulligatawny, I use like grated apples. And they're like, whoa, you never see that in a minestrone. You're like, what's in that? Carrots. Obviously, you can see them. They're the orange things floating in the broth. Mulligatawny, man. If you've never had a mulligatawny, I know what... Look, it depends how often you go to an Indian restaurant. I would never tell you to forego the usual appetizers, perhaps an onion bhaji or the samosas or pakora. You know, those are the things I look forward to as well when I find myself at an Indian restaurant. But if you ever find yourself at one that has like a set menu where they maybe give you like some naan and some papadam, and maybe like a soup and then an entree of your choice, I'm telling you, man, give it a shot, because the mulligatawny, it's no pakora, but it, by soup standards, is mighty fine. You're witnessing a man who has run out of anecdotes completely. I'm now we're at 0. We have exhausted the anecdotes. I'm doing a 30-minute bit on soup. You know what? I actually watched a video on YouTube the other day about salads and like how far the salad industry has come. It's definitely true when you think about it. Like, I'll admit, I was such a picky eater as a kid. I did not eat my first salad, without a doubt, until I was 17 or 18 years old in the, like, dining hall of university. I basically, I was a picky eater even up through high school. Like, I remember going out to eat with, like, a friend of mine, and she was like, do you want to get some bruschetta to start? Now, I'm telling you that's how we pronounced it back then. I've only recently become aware of the fact that it's called bruschetta. It's pronounced bruschetta. I'm telling you, I'm doing the grammar Nazi thing. I'm telling you that it's pronounced bruschetta. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you want to order it, just be aware you're faced with the poison pill, okay? Am I going to say bruschetta and then run the risk that someone pedantic is going to correct me and say, actually, you know, in the original Italian, it's bruschetta? Or am I going to say bruschetta, and they're gonna be like, oh, the bruschetta. Okay, sure, we'll have that right over to you, senor. You know, it's like, you're faced with a dilemma either way. Do you want to be the grammar Nazi, or do you want to be persecuted by the grammar Nazi? I've at least given you the choice, but maybe you would have preferred to have remained unawares. Regardless. Okay, BFF is made up for the last few floors of relative, mediocrity. She was like, do you want to get some bruschetta? And I said, what's on that? And she was like, oh, it's like normal stuff. It's like tomatoes and maybe like, you know, some basil, some red onions. And I was like, ooh. And I had to psych myself up. I was like, oh, just, you know, just at least eat like one of the bruschettas. I'm trying to make sure it's not anachronistic. So I didn't eat my first salad for sure. By the way, I ate the bruschetta. I loved it. How could you not, man? It's a delicious appetizer. I hope it's coming back. I remember I made a tweet maybe like 2 months ago that was like, it's crazy that bruschetta doesn't exist anymore. You really don't see it that often anymore. It's like it faded away like the George Foreman lean, mean, fat reducing grilling machine. Or the cronut, if you will. But anyway, I didn't eat a salad for the first time until like, you know, probably 2006 or something like that. But I got into them, and I'm still into them in a big way. I'll eat all the weird stuff, man. It's, you know, 3-bean salad. You know, who doesn't love a Caesar? But I'll eat the ones that are gross to people who like Caesar salads, like the ones that are like, you know, very healthy. Like, oh, what a curry cauliflower potato salad. And then I'll eat the ones that are gross to the people who eat the healthy stuff. Like, I'll eat a fully loaded salad with like ranch dressing. We should not have picked this up yet, man. What was I thinking? We could have waited till the end of the floor, gotten a free item. We were literally just talking about it last episode. Maybe we can make it. I don't know. Let's go. Oh, he's a genius. You make your own luck in this game. Don't even take a shot at Lost Protector, you piece. Don't even try it. I love a salad. I believe I was the originator of the philosophical idea that we only think that French fries taste better than salads until we start eating them. But when we actually start, like, there's times where I'm like, you know, if I mean, Kate and I have not been to a restaurant now in like 5 months, which is not that long, but there was like the pandemic happened and we didn't eat out for like a year and a half or something like that. And then, last July, they were like, it's over, kind of. And so Stu, just trust me. And we're like, okay, we can go out to eat a little bit. So we ate out like 3 or 4 times. And now, since then, it's kind of, we put a damper on it. But not even for COVID restrictions, just because we've been freaking sick. And honestly, going out to eat with a baby, let's just put it this way. You really got to want it because you're on a timer. Oh, this place is too loud. Do you have anything that's not so close to the fan? My baby will get cold. Oh, you don't have a high chair? Oh, like people are looking at you. Your baby's making noise. You're like, oh, what a dodge. What a dodge. There you go. Anyway. It's just, it's better to maybe minimize it or go out to a place where, it's like family friendly. Like if you go to like a Red Lobster and you're like, well, I wish that baby would stop babbling. Then, like, honestly, I wish you would stop eating at a restaurant that has themed high chairs. Because you sound like the baby right now. Regardless, when I was younger, oh no, wait, I think I went 2 anecdotes back. I only meant to go 1 anecdote back. But when I was younger, salads were something you really only ate if you were on a diet. Like, I remember one of my great aunts. We went to Wendy's once. She was on a diet and she got a salad at Wendy's. And it was literally just like iceberg lettuce, julienne carrots, and I think like cucumber slices, and then olive oil plus balsamic vinegar. Now, don't get me wrong. It's the kind of thing like if it comes with the meal, or like, you make it at home out of the stuff you got in your fridge. It's still nice to have like a garden salad. But you gotta admit, like, we've come a long way in the salad game since, like, 1996. Fancy dressings. People are putting, like, nuts and seeds in them. All sorts of cheeses. People are putting hummus in their salad. We got salad restaurants now that, like, are pleasant to go to. Not just the kind of thing you order when you're like, oh, I want to have a sandwich, but I shouldn't. Like, we've really come a long way on the salad game, man. I definitely want Sacred Heart. Like, don't make me laugh. Hold on. This is actually going to save us the game. If it was in danger, this is going to save it. We're also going to get Lost Protector to pay out, probably, which is hilarious. But back to the anecdote I skipped over. I'm a firm believer in this, by the way. And I'm going through it right now. Like, my diet has been a lot better. I've been exercising legitimately every day, occasionally doing some low impact days, because I remember from running and cycling, you don't want to go all out every day. You'd injure yourself or, just burn out. Take some easy days to build that base, get your mileage up. That's the most important thing probably. And then, I'm not trying to flex. All I'm trying to say is that even as my brain goes through this, like, it tries to trick you. Like, the brain is a serious enemy. I mean, it should be an ally, you'd think, but like, I've been exercising, eating relatively well. When I go to the grocery store, every time I walk by, like, a bag of potato chips, my mind is like, you've been doing really well lately. You know what would hit the spot? Eating a full bag of Miss Vicky's family-sized malt vinegar and sea salt potato chips. And then for, like, a second, you're like, oh, you're my brain, I trust you. Then you gotta be like, what are you talking about, you saboteur? You gotta put your brain in its place a little bit and be like, hey man, I'm driving the bus right now. At least like the unconscious part of your brain. And it does that to me like at restaurants or even sometimes when we're like ordering on like Uber Eats or something like that. Like I'll look at something and be like, oh man, I like really feel like fries. I really feel like fries. So then I gotta get the fries, even though I should have gotten the side salad instead. And I know you can have the fries in moderation and they're not the worst thing in the world for you, but I'm not trying to vilify fries. All I'm saying is in my head, I'm like, oh man, I really want fries. As soon as I'm eating the fries, by like fry 2, I'm done. I mean, I keep eating the rest of them even if I'm not hungry anymore. But, like, I'm like, man, I've satiated my craving for fries with, like, the second fry that I ate. I really wish I got the salad. Because the salad, I feel like it tastes good throughout. Whereas the fries is like you're eating a moment of weakness sometimes. Maybe that's not the healthiest relationship to have with food, but I'm just talking from one man's perspective, right? I'm not trying to say this is how everybody should interface with it. Meanwhile, every time I order the salad, when the salad arrives, I'm like, thank God I ordered this salad. This is delicious. The fries are like an illusion, you know? It's you gotta strap yourself to the rocks. Like in the Iliad, the Odyssey, like in the Odyssey, you gotta strap yourself to the rocks and resist the siren song. Now, I'm not saying every food is like this, but I genuinely think that fries are like it's like a food psyop. They taste good, don't get me wrong, but my brain is always like, oh, that'll taste like a 10 out of 10, and then the first one's like a 10. And then the next one that I eat is like a 8.5, and then the rest just sort of fade into... What the heck? The rest just sort of fade into similarity, right? I can't believe this run. And the best part is not even the game, it's Loss Protector. Which means it's all skill, baby. Yeah! Thanks for nothing. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for nothing. Wait, I'm supposed to fight Mega Satan, which means we can go to the streamer room and fight Mega Satan that way. Let's go, man. This is freaking sweet. Anyway, again, I'm not trying to villainize fries. I'm just, don't you notice you might have some foods in your life where that's true? The idea of eating them is almost better than eating them. Like right now, I'm like imagining what French fries taste like in my mind. I know that the first few French fries will taste better than my imagination running away with me. But, then whoa, look at that. Cambian Conception paid out, too. The French fries that follow that won't taste as good as a salad. That being said, not all salads are even better for you than French fries, obviously. Like, I mean, I'll eat some gross Caesar salads or, like, you know... There are a lot of people, I don't know why they think it's like a personality to hate ranch dressing. Like, oh, that's, I'm sorry, I don't eat ranch dressing, I have a college degree. That ain't me, man. I'm willing to take the cost on that one. That ain't me. You give me a salad with ranch dressing, I'm all for it. Absolutely. If you would like to add a moniker to that says it's creamy ranch, honestly, even better. I consider that even better. Lost Protector lived. We definitely take this. We just wanted to see. Look, it's kind of close, but I don't see anything in there that moves the needle for me that much. Let's see what Lost Protector is going to give us here. 2 Eternal Hearts. I might even leave those, man. Just out of a sense of pride. You know, take a heart, leave a heart. That's why I'm a firm believer, you know, the best shape I've ever been in my life, nutritionally speaking. Because I gotta admit, like in 2019, 2020, you see that Baby Pigman video where I was playing Dark Souls Randomizer in 2020, and I was like, I'm not a speedrunner, don't call me a speedrunner. And then there's 2021, me hitting Canonless in Super Mario 64. First thing I thought of when I saw that video, it is... in keeping with Baby Pigman's typical fashion, is very humorous. Second thing I thought is, oh my god, dude, look at my shoulders. Look at I mean, I was doing some deltoid and trapezius work in 2020, but I was like, man, I had no idea, like, what the heck? I was smuggling, like, Frisbees in there or something, at least by my eyes. I remember feeling like, you know, I was gonna bust out of like the top of my shirt instead of the sleeves, but it's been we've come a long way down. Let's put it that way. Ace of Hearts. Don't mind if I do. Why was I talking about this? I don't remember. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is 2020, like 2019 and early 2020 is probably like literally the best shape of my life from like a lifting standpoint. But you know, my diet was pretty Little bit messy because I was trying to put on masks because I didn't know that we would then be afflicted by a global pandemic that would make doing cardio work really, really, really boring. So I was like, whatever, I'll just, get a little husky while I'm putting on this muscle, and then I'll like cut it off later. And then, well, that didn't really happen. But I mostly blame a virus, so, that I'd never have to face my own feelings of responsibility for that. But when I was in the best shape of my life, maybe in like my senior year of college, like, it's all just the real battle you fight is at the grocery store. If you can trick, and maybe like if you're eating out often as well, but I wasn't in that position back then. But like if you can win over your brain at the grocery store, that voice in your brain that's like, well, we're here, we might as well get like, 2 family-sized bags of Doritos. If you can win that battle, like you're halfway there already. It's a 20% damage up. I don't see, what the heck? This run is to the moon, man. Anyway, I'm not trying to give anybody, I'm not giving, what the heck? It just keeps getting better. I'm not really giving health advice at all. I'm giving my perspective, as a human being. It's funny that, like when I'm not in the grocery store, my brain is like, yeah, good job, getting fit, had a good workout today. You can still feel the burn in your legs. That's how you know it was good. When I go to the grocery store, my brain is like, now that we're here, let's throw away all our progress by like eating some food that probably doesn't even really taste that good, but the idea of it is so seductive. It goes to show, these are things that, throughout humanity's history probably served you very well evolutionarily, right? Everybody else is asleep. What if we, what if we stole a little bit of the tribe's meat just to have one little snack, even though I'm already full, If nobody caught you, maybe it's the kind of thing that would actually work well for you. Now you end up, being killed by your own vice. There's some irony in there for sure. I'm not gonna... Angry Fly is the best item we got there. There's no way I'm taking Tiny Planet. That's just, okay, that would be insulting to even suggest it. I'm taking it for 2 reasons. One is the God of Zane always needs a payback. The other is we have auras and homing tiers, so like I actually feel like maybe I can pretend Tiny Planet is bad, but actually have it be amazing for us and get credit at both ends. Yeah, it's actually incredibly strong. I don't know what to say, man. Like this is like a Sinvicta gift right here. Like we've done well for ourselves on today's run. You love to see it. Now I can't there's some irony in saying that because I can't see what you're doing at all. But you're gonna die anyway. And I have defeated you, I'm sure, at this point. I wanted Lost Protector to live, man. That was gonna be a great thumbnail moment. And you couldn't let me have it. Either way, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. What a run. And I'll see you next time. See ya!